Hi guys, and welcome back to my game room. Just a quick update on some recent pickups. Spent quite a bit of money recently. Gone a bit overboard with some of the purchases, but there we go. Found some more retro game shops that are fairly local to me that aren't too far away, so thought I'd check those out. Some of them have got some really good stuff, others, well, it's slim pickings. It's stuff that a lot of people won't be interested in, including myself, like out-of-date football manager games, that kind of thing. Not really my kind of thing. So, yeah, let's go through some of my pickups. I've got Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament for the Sega Mega Drive. It's complete in box, it's in decent condition, it's got the manual as well, so really pleased with that. Picked up Altered Beast on the Mega Drive. This isn't complete, the box is in okay shape, the cart isn't in particularly good condition. Had to strip this game apart with a game bit to actually clean the contacts of the cartridge before it would even fire up, but it works now, so it's a shame though, the cart isn't in the best of condition, but it's another game to add to the collection nonetheless. And Super Kickoff. I remember playing this on the Game Boy back in the day and quite enjoying it. Also remember playing this on a Sega Master System with an old friend of mine back in the day, and again, really enjoyed it. Just a simple, basic football game for the Mega Drive. Moving on to the Dreamcast, I picked up F1 World Grand Prix. Bit of a fan of Formula 1 games, even the older ones, so yeah, I thought I'd pick this up, see whether this is any good, because I remember F1 World Grand Prix games from back in the day, they weren't too bad, so picked this up for the Dreamcast. Moving on to the PlayStation, picked up a few games for the PlayStation. Got Cool Borders 3, I love the Cool Borders series, I remember this one particularly from back in the day, quite enjoyed this. I would like to get the second one as well, because the second one, in my opinion, is the best one in the series. But managed to find this yesterday in a game shop, so really happy with that. It's in decent condition, it's complete, and it works fine. Soul Blade. This game I remember from back in the day, really enjoyed it. It's basically a sword fighting beat 'em up game from Namco. Absolutely kick-ass, really enjoy this game. Loved it back in the day, gave it some gameplay yesterday on my PS1, and yeah, really enjoyed it. Toka 2 Touring Cars. Now unfortunately this isn't complete, it doesn't have the manual, but it's got obviously the disc and the case and the front cover. It's in decent condition. It's a touring car racing game, in case you haven't guessed already. And yeah, it's really good. It's one of my favourites. I had this back in the day. Really enjoyed playing this. So yeah, Toka 2 Touring Cars. And finally, a boxed and complete The Need for Speed. Road and Track presents The Need for Speed. Really pleased to have this. This is the first Need for Speed game that was released on the PlayStation. Makes up for the fact that that eBay seller sold me a copy that was no way boxed, no way complete, and it was in horrible condition. So this caught my eye yesterday. I'd already picked up some games, and I was about to go. I looked round and I thought I saw in the corner, does that say Road? It does. It's Road and Track presents Need for Speed. So I went straight over, grabbed it, and paid for that. Awesome racing game. Most of you guys have probably played Need for Speed games, but this is the very first one. So, some N64 related pickups, and just a quick bit of rambling as well about N64 boxes as well, which I'll come to in a minute as well. So, picked up GT64. There's a funny little story behind this actually, because a friend of mine back in the day, I remember him saying to me, "Oh, the N64's getting Gran Turismo, it's going to be awesome." Yeah, this is what he was referring to, and this isn't Gran Turismo. Not in the same sense that we all know it on the PlayStation by Polyphony Digital. This is just not it. This is an arcadey Grand Touring game. It's okay, but the frame rate on this game is abysmal, and I get really annoyed with games that are they look really good, they're promising, but they're let down by something silly like the frame rate. So it's a loose cart, no box, anything like that. But there we go. And I picked up Top Gear Rally. This is a cool racing game, arcadey, rally-style racing game. The Top Gear series actually was one of my favourite games as a youngster, on the Super Nintendo in particular. I need to pick up some of those games, actually. So yeah, Top Gear Rally. And yeah, part of the reason why a lot of games these days, in particular the Nintendo games like the NES, Super NES and the N64, part of the reason why you don't find them boxed and complete is for this very reason here. Nintendo decided to go with these horrendous cardboard boxes that don't protect anything. They don't really protect the game, they don't protect the inlays, they don't really protect the manuals, and it all ends up looking like this. I mean, I laughed when I picked this box up. It looks like crap, it looks horrible. I am aware that you can get some replacement boxes made up with, you know, all the graphics, all the art, and it all looks nice, but I mean, that's just horrible. So that's part of the reason why you get a lot of Nintendo games, especially for the Super Nintendo and the N64, that are loose carts, because these boxes, they're just rubbish. They're just pointless and they're rubbish. What was Nintendo thinking? Sega got it right with the Mega Drive and the Sega Master System when they included these cases, because it protects everything. It looks awesome sitting on your shelf. It's just so much better. What were they thinking, really? Okay, now I was going to document the process, but got some rare sunlight at this time of year here in the UK on the weekend, so decided to go out with the hydrogen peroxide cream, apply it to the top of this Dreamcast, and put some cling film or food wrapping on top of it. Left it out for a good few hours, and it's made a really good difference. Check back on my previous videos if you want to see what I'm talking about. This looks much, much better, much closer to its original colour than it did before I started. And another note, I'm just going to take the case off. I've already taken the screws out. This little strange black wrapped up in electrical tape package here is a battery. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is because the battery in this Dreamcast was completely dead. I had to keep resetting the date and time every time I fired up the machine, so that was quite annoying. So I took the battery out, which is quite difficult. I ended up breaking a battery terminal, so I had to resolder the battery terminal back onto the board. But it's worked, and now it does its thing. Another reason why, if you guys have got any carts or any systems that have got these batteries in them, I suggest you have a look at them, because these batteries over time, like any other battery, will leak, and the acid that they'll leak will destroy circuit boards in particular that they might be sat on. I've had forum posts that I've read saying that Dreamcast controller ports have stopped working, and I think that is probably one of the main reasons why, because of the battery acid leaking. So I urge, not just about yellow plastic, but also if you've got any carts or any games or any game systems that have got these batteries, do yourself a favour, crack them open, get those batteries off. If you want to keep the battery backup functionality, saving functionality, or in the case of the Dreamcast and Saturn, the clock battery capability, then replace them with new CR2032 batteries. If not, don't worry about it and leave the battery out. But do that, or else one day you're going to find the cart or the machine might not work, or things about that machine might not work. Okay, and finally, my Xbox One is no more. Traded it in this morning for a Wii U premium pack with Mario Kart 8. I just wasn't playing on the Xbox One, and I've got a PS4, so it made sense really for me to make the decision to get rid of the Xbox One. I only had one game for it, wasn't really too interested in some of the other titles that are out at the moment, and I'm not really going to miss some of the other games that are Microsoft exclusive, and so I decided to go for the Wii U. I'm a fan of the Mario Kart series, as you can probably tell from some of the collection games I've got on my collection, so picked up a Wii U premium pack with Mario Kart. Can't wait to bust this open and play some Mario Kart, and yeah, in fact that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Thanks for watching, guys.